All right, let's talk feminine embodiment and how returning to a life of pleasure, of slowness, of ease, of flow is so challenging for so many of us feminine essence beings. And this really got illuminated for me yesterday and had me deep in contemplation where we override our intuition, where we override the signals of our body, believing that our mind knows better, that we should be busy, that we should be doing something, right? We live in a society that glorifies productivity and we wear it as like a badge of success. And how this just deep programming and conditioning of toxic like hustle really impacts the embodiment of the divine feminine. Okay. And how this showed up for me is that I had a client yesterday who had to reschedule. So it ended up creating some space on my calendar. And I noticed that my body was tired, that where I was being guided, what my intuition, what my soul wanted to be deeply nourished was to go take a bubble bath, right? It's 12 o'clock, it's the middle of the day, right? You know, and I noticed where my logical mind, where my ego almost made me believe that I was wrong for wanting to attune to my body, for wanting to nurture myself. And it created this like internal resistance where I felt like I couldn't trust my body, like I couldn't trust my intuition, that I couldn't lead with the feminine. And it really got me contemplating how many of us women who are desiring to return to a life of pleasure, to a life of slowness, to really come back home and embody our feminine essence, that we so many times sabotage this part of ourselves because we try to almost approach our feminine embodiment from masculine constructs where we think our mind knows better than our body, right? Where we don't allow ourselves to fully trust and listen to the nudges, the whispers, and the guidance that she's giving us in the moment. And how so much of coming back into deep feminine embodiment is really a dismantling of all of the programs and conditioning you had about what it means to be worthy, what it means to be valuable, and realizing that, you know, or it's almost like this disconnection from the doing and the beingness, where when we come back into the feminine, when we reclaim this part of ourselves, it's so much more about the being. And a beautiful thing happened too as I like listened to my body and I quieted the mind, and then I didn't allow that part of me to take the driver's seat. When I was relaxing in the bathtub, I opened up my channel and I had all these beautiful downloads coming in for new content ideas, courses, all the things. So it's like evidence that when we allow ourselves to rest, when we allow ourselves to be deeply nourished, that we actually have a greater capacity to access our intuition, our creativity, and really allow more of our feminine essence and energetics to come online. So my question for you guys today is like, where are you blocking yourself from receiving deep feminine nourishment? Where are you not allowing your feminine to take the lead? Where do you still feel like your mind knows better than your body? And where are you literally blocking yourself from living the life that you truly desire, of slowness, of juiciness, of pleasure, of joy, because you think you should be so busy doing something, right? I think one of the biggest problems is a disconnection from our bodies and our feminine energy, where we're so busy doing in our lives, but we're truly never being in it. And the feminine calls you into your embodiment. She calls you into your beingness. She calls you into stillness, receptivity, and openness. So if you're someone who is deeply desiring to meet your feminine, to meet your muse, where can you start nourishing yourself? Where can you start creating space? Where can you start slowing down to receive the juicy, delicious elixir that the feminine has for you? And where can you begin to dismantle and decondition all these beliefs you have about, you know, your value, your worth, having to be busy all the time, and really create space for spirit to move to you and through you. Like, this is the art of being feminine. And if you're looking for someone to help guide you in this domain, this is literally my jam and where I guide hundreds of my clients through. And I recently opened one of my favorite transmissions, Woman, which is all about connecting to our bodies, our womb, our Shakti, our Eros, and really reclaiming this part of ourselves. So if you're interested, leave a comment. I'll send you the link. Trust yourself, trust your feminine, and relax into a life of ease. Love ya.